Welcome to the Wag Bag Podcast, where us, the Wags, talk about sports, mainly the NFL, and at the end, we pull a surprise out of a bag. All right, let's get into things. Welcome to the first podcast of the Wag Bag.
Yep.
I am the host, Jonathan Wagenmaker.
I'm the co-host, Silas Wagenmaker.
And as you can see, I'm a big Michigan fan, as well as a Packers fan.
I'm a big Packers fan, as well as a Michigan fan.
And so we're going to help you guys, give you a little bit update on free agency. We're going to do a first round NFL mock draft with every single NFL team. And I'm going to have Silas do 2 fun drafts. Let's get right into things. Silas, I'm going to start you off. We're going to have a draft of QBs you think would be most likely to win in a boxing match.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to list you first off, Jordan Love.
Number 3.
Number 3. Why do you think number 3?
I mean, he's athletic, but he's not like as big as some guys are. You know?
That's fair. Number 2, we got Daniel Jones. Big, tall guy, but, kind of skinny.
I'm wondering if you're going to pull like a really skinny rookie guy out. I'll put him number 2.
Number 2, Daniel Jones above Jordan Love is an interesting pick.
I meant number 4.
You put it number 2, we're not changing that. Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, number 1.
Big, beefy guy. That's an obvious pick.
No one's bigger than him.
There are a couple guys. Aaron Rodgers.
Number 5. The
That's
guy's
a good
old.
choice. Aaron Rodgers kind of past his prime. As Packers fans, we really like Aaron Rodgers, but,
Could have done so much better.
he's kind of washed.
He is.
Jalen Hurts.
He has to be number 4.
That's a sad pick. I think you messed that up.
I could have done it right.
You really could have. For Silas' draft, we have Josh Allen, number 1. We have Daniel Jones, number 2. Jordan Love, number 3. Jalen Hurts, number 4. Aaron Rodgers, number 5. If you got that Daniel Jones pick right, I think you'd have a solid draft. That's really sad to see right there, Silas.
It is.
Next up, we're going to have Silas doing a free agency update. Winners and losers of free agency. Let's get right into that.
The first one we have is the Raiders are winning big in free agency. They got Tyler Linderbaum. They updated their defense with Quay Walker, Nakobe Dean, and Kwity Paye.
And
really good.
keeping Max Crosby,
Oh yeah,
very
keeping
big
Max
plus for them
Crosby,
too.
Kwity Paye, and Max Crosby. That's gonna be good.
I agree.
They also re-signed Eric Stokes, who had a breakout season with them as corner. They also gave Mendoza another target with the Vikings wide receiver number 3, Jalen Naylor. He kind of got undershadowed against Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson.
Stacked receiving
he's
core.
really good.
And being a big fan of J.J. McCarthy, he's basically a rookie, but
Yeah.
he was not as good at throwing the football. They didn't get as many
With that
targets.
receiving core too. Yep. The other thing is they cut Daniel Carlson because he wasn't performing his best. So in place of him, they got the veteran kicker Matt Gay. I think that's pretty good.
Matt Gay.
Yep.
Definitely a big winner. I think the big important thing, as we've seen in the NFL more recently, is offensive line. I think they did a really good job strengthening that. Last year, as we saw, Ashton Genty had no time. That might have been part of Geno Smith's inability to play good football. Is the offensive line is very weak.
He wasn't very strong.
Definitely agree.
Next, we have the Giants have been updating their roster a lot. They got Isaiah Likely, Patrick Ricard, Jordan Stout, all 3 Ravens following their coach John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
They also got Tremaine Edmonds, a talented linebacker at Chicago.
I definitely think that's a very solid pick.
That is.
Plus, pairing that with Malik Neighbors, Cam Scatterbo, and Jackson Dart, the exciting young players.
That is going to be
They're
good.
going to be a scary team next year.
They also helped out Jackson Dart with hitting Kelvin Austin III. Hasn't seen a lot of time at the Steelers, but he's been pretty solid.
Yeah.
They also re-signed talented right tackle Jermaine Illuminor, and also Evan Neal, the left tackle.
Wow.
So that's pretty good.
Jackson Dart's going to have forever to throw in that pocket.
They got a kickers, Jason Sanders, and they got a talented corner from the Jaguars, Greg Newsome II.
Their list keeps going on and on. Wow.
Plus, they re-signed Mike McFadden.
Okay, nice.
Then they also got John Harbaugh as the head coach, obvious.
Yeah.
Then they also got Matt Nagy, the Chiefs' old offensive coordinator, for their offense.
You won a Super Bowl with them.
That's going to be good.
Had insane Patrick Mahomes 5,000-yard passing offense. That's very solid.
Yes.
Do you have any losers of free agency, do you think?
I think the biggest loser is really the Broncos. They haven't really... I don't think they've even signed any players in this.
They re-signed J.K. Dobbins. That is all we have
And
done.
Alex Singleton, that I don't even know anymore.
But you know what? When you're that close to the Super Bowl, if Bo Nix doesn't go out, they make the Super Bowl. We can all admit that.
They're just confident in the team they have. I don't think they really need a...
Which I do not disagree.
It is a very good team.
They had a solid offensive line. They had an insane defense, top 5, and I think they're going to be pretty good next year.
They haven't
Although
really
the Raiders,
lost any players.
yeah, the Raiders could be in contention for the AFC West.
could.
That is going to be a stacked
That
division.
is going to be...
Very much agree.
Alright.
All right, and now let's get into our first round NFL mock draft. How this is going to work is Silas and me are going to do rock, paper, scissors. Best out of 3 or best out of 1?
1.
All right, we'll do all the odds for 1. And we're going to be doing one of us AFC, one of us NFC. Just the first round of the NFL mock draft. We'll pop that up on the screen so you guys can see. All right, are you ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Let's go. I'm
Okay.
choosing AFC.
AFC.
All right, ready? Ready to enter? Oh. Enter sign draft. Oh, the Raiders. No question here. I'm going to sign Fernando Mendoza.
Fernando Mendoza is a solid pick. I really
Now-
think that's going to help the Raiders a lot. It's kind of the obvious choice. Nobody really
Yes.
has a disagreement with that.
But now with the Jets, did they get Arvell Reese or Ruben Bain Jr.?
I think,
They've
honestly,
upped their edge.
they definitely might go David Bailey. David Bailey, the Heisman finalist, I think he might have had the case to win it. The Texas Tech
Yes.
defense was insane last year for college. It's Arvell Reese or him.
Arvell Reese. The guy's
You're
the
making the
best one
pick.
of the
You're
draft.
making the pick.
The Cardinals is you.
Next up to me and the Cardinals, I think they really want to strengthen their team. They can't go.
Ruben Bain.
They can't go quarterback here. I'm taking David Bailey.
Bailey.
I think that's a solid
Alright.
guy. Improved their. They had a good defense last year. Underrated. They're gonna be insane next year with that pick.
Well, with the Titans, it's kind of obvious. Well, actually, not really, you know? Did they take Ruben Bain Jr. or Carnell Tate?
He's
Even
pretty
Sonny
obvious pick
Styles.
right here. I think Sonny Styles is the best player available. His combine was insane,
Ruben Bain
top
Jr.
notch.
though.
I think Carnell Tate's the pick. I think you want to go that, but it's up to you. You're making the pick.
I think I'll take Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles,
The reason
solid
being-
choice.
They already have Kelvin Ridley now. They also got Wandale Robinson to reunite with Brian Dable.
You're right. You're right. They're just rebuilding the
New
team.
York Giants
building
for
around
you.
him. New York Giants. I think we're going to
They
improve
really
that.
need an interior offensive line.
I think we're going to improve that run more. I think we're going to take offensive tackle David Lamu. Hopefully I'm saying that name right.
Caleb Lama.
Caleb Lamu. Sorry,
All
cannot read. Caleb Lamu. That will improve their offensive.
That will. The
Next up, I got the
Browns.
Browns. Styles is
That's
taking
me.
that pick. What am I thinking?
This is hard. They just lost Jerome Ford, so I might be thinking Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, it's a solid pickup right there. I think the running
But
back is on a
also
weak
Jordan
position.
Tyson. But then there's also Francis Muaga, Kenyon Sadiq.
No, I
I'm
think
not-
you just got to make the pick.
maybe
You're on the
not.
clock, Styles. You got the 10-second timer running.
10 seconds?
I'm kidding. Just make your pick.
I know, but this is tough. Oh,
What are you
man.
gonna pick?
I'm
Styles
gonna
is new to
take
mock
Francis
drafts.
Muaga.
He's not very good. Francis
What?
Muaga. Next up, I am up. We have the Washington Redskins, also known as the Washington Commanders for us boring people.
Yeah.
We are going to. They have an exciting offense. I think we're going to improve their defense. Ruben Bain Jr., an insane edge for
That's
Miami.
what I would do.
He made the national championship. I think
Oh,
he's a
did
solid pick.
Oh,
Miami.
Ruben Bain Jr. I'm
Ruben Bain
thinking
Jr. made-
David Bailey.
This kid. Next up, we got the Saints. I'm also making that pick. I think Saints have a decent quarterback. I think he's the future of their offense.
I'd take
We're going to take Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love will be an insane pickup for
But they
them.
already got
Improve their
Travis Etienne
offense.
Jr.
That 1-2 punch will be crazy. That will box them
Yeah.
out.
All right.
You go next with the
The
Chiefs.
Chiefs. You want to take Carnell Tate here, but Caleb Downs is on the board as well.
I think you know the pick. I think you know the pick.
Carnell Tate.
I think Carn.
The
That
guy's
was.
still
I
on
would
the
have.
board.
I would have taken Caleb Downs. I think
Yeah.
the Chiefs had Xavier
All right,
Worthy
the
at speed,
Bengals.
and Rasheed Rice. If he's not going into legal troubles and getting in car crashes and beating people up, he's a solid receiver.
Yes.
I think.
But
that was
they
the one
also
pick.
lost Brian Cook, their top safety.
I don't know. That's why they should have taken Caleb Downs. You messed up there.
Oh wait, no.
Chiefs just sold. It's too late now, but up to you.
But all right, the Bengals.
Yes, the Bengals
They're
are next.
taking Caleb Downs.
Caleb Downs.
They don't need all those top guys.
All right, Dolphins.
Dolphins
Are
and
you
me.
next?
This is tough.
I think number 1, Jordan Tyson. That's an easy pick. Tyreek Hill's gone. Malik Willis.
But
Big fan of Malik Willis as a
Kenyon
Packers
Sadiq-
fan. He's gonna ball out.
I might just take Kenyon Sadiq.
Then
They already
take
have
Kenyon
Jalen
Sadiq.
Waddle.
Next up with the Cowboys. They're
Cowboys.
insane. We're not gonna think about this. We're taking Mansard Lane. Easy
Obvious.
pickup right there. Rams do not need a cornerback. Sign Trent McDuffie. Insane pick. Their wide receiver room is also stacked.
I
We're gonna
take
give some
Monroe
help
Freeling.
and take Monroe Freeling, like you just said. You read my mind.
The Ravens. This is tough. Do I take Jeremiah McCoy or Jordan Tyson? Both
Silas
top
with a
notch.
hard pick right here. I think it's an easy.
I
pick
think
out
Jordan
there.
Tyson.
Jordan Tyson
They
was
have
the
a
pick
good
I'd say.
defense.
All right, the Bucks losing Mike Evans was a crazy surprise. I thought he'd end his career with the Bucks. I really don't know what's going on there. I think they're gonna have to take Mekhi Lemon.
Good choice.
My second favorite wide receiver in the
Good
draft.
choice.
Silas took a different wide receiver for his next one. I
Yup.
really don't know what's going on there.
The Jets have another pick. This one's going to be a tough one. Jeremiah McCoy, Dylan Thieneman.
I think it's an easy pick for the Jets. Their defense used to be insane under Robert Saleh. I think he's a great defensive mind. As we saw with the 49ers, no matter how injured they were, he was bringing that team's level up. It's going to be really, really good on the Titans.
Oh, yeah.
So I think Jets need to improve their defense. I think Robert Saleh was boosting it up a couple years ago. I think they take a defensive player here.
they also have there's top 4 people on the board of defense, but
I think Jeremiah McCoy is the obvious choice. The safety out of Tennessee, he's a pretty solid pick.
Not drafted.
Some technical difficulties. So I wanted to take Jeremiah McCoy. Well, let's take Dylan Thiemann for that guy.
It's not taking any.
Let me see this right here. Silas broke it. Don't know what's going on here. Silas.
Oh. It just drafted a lot.
Okay, it messed up the draft a little bit, but we are going to be moving on to the Eagles. Don't know why it skipped a few. So they skipped the Lions, Vikings, and Panthers. They had the Cowboys taking our Avion Terrell. The Steelers took Oligavu Ioni. The
Chargers.
Yeah, I don't know who they took. Omar Cooper Jr. So we're going to pick up with the Eagles. Sorry for messing up this first mock draft. We'll try to do another one next week. See if we can do a little better
I
there.
actually agree with the Avion Terrell and Olivani.
Yeah, so Panthers and Lions got skipped, I guess. I don't know what happened there. Cheating. Don't like the Lions.
You actually don't like the Lions.
Eagles. We're going to be taking Caden Proctor. Solid offensive tackle out of Alabama.
Smart.
Going to be a very good pickup right there. Next up, we got the Browns.
They got Peter Woods and Caden McDonald on the board.
Their offense is already insane. I think you got to go offense. Their defense is insane. Misspoke.
You know what?
Their defense is top tier. You know what? I want to have a fun conversation next podcast.
All right.
Cowboys offense with the Browns defense. Both of those not playoff teams. If you do that team together, they win the Super Bowl. No question about that. They dominate.
Now here's the
Sorry,
question.
we'll have that next discussion next time.
Casey Conception or
I think it's an obvious choice.
Miller.
Blake Miller. You want to
Miller.
beef up that offensive line.
All right, you got the Browns.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Below the Lions. They are my least favorite team. I do not like the Bears. Why not just mess up their pick? I'm kidding. I definitely think they want to take Caden McDonald. Caden McDonald's a very solid defensive tackle. Out of Ohio State. Again, I don't like that. That's why I'll pair two people I don't like.
The Bills, they got DJ Moore, so I'm not really going to take Casey Conception. Now, do I take Akeem Messidor or Peter Woods?
I think Peter Woods is a solid choice. Clemson has been very good defense. We saw a lot of talent on that Clemson team. It was wasted. Everyone thought they were going to be a contention for the NFL, not the NFL,
I did too.
The college football playoffs.
All right.
49ers. I think I'm not going to think about this too hard. We're going to take Casey Conception, receiver out of Texas A&M.
Smart.
They were a solid team, very good offense last year. And I think the 49ers really need some help in the wide receiver room.
Now, here's the thing. The Texans, who should they choose? Most of it is defense, but they don't need defense.
I think the defense is solid. I really think they want to go offensive line. C.J. Stroud is getting bullied into that offensive line.
Max Ahina.
I think you take that guy out of Arizona State. We got another Arizona State guy. Very solid team.
Now the Chiefs. Who should they take? You know, I'm going to do Brandon Sissy.
Brandon Sissy has to be the pick.
One.
You know, that has to be the pick right there. You got the Broncos coming up next. Again, Broncos, very, very solid team. They didn't do a lot in free agency. What holes do they have? I think the offense is a little bit lacking. We got a lot of defensive guys up here.
I think they need another receiver, but there's no really big receivers.
Let's see who we got up there. I think Chris Bell. Chris Bell might be the pick right there. Patriots up next. They have a little bit of a hole at wide receiver, which they got. Taking our guy, Romeo Doubs. We're going to miss you, Romeo. But I think they filled that hole at receiver. He's going to be a great wide receiver one. Not even to share as many targets anymore. He was the Packers' leading receiver. So I think he'll be very solid for there. They might need to improve the line a little bit. Drake May kind of got killed throughout the playoffs. That's why we saw his numbers dip a little bit. I think he was robbed for MVP, though.
I might want to take Chase Basantis, you know?
Yeah,
he's a
go
top
for that.
guard.
It's a solid pick right there.
Right.
Last but not least, the Seattle Seahawks. I think Akeem Messidor. Again, a guy out of Miami, Florida. That's their second edge taking the draft. I think that's going to be a solid pick right there.
There we go.
All right, and that does it for the draft. Sorry about the glitches. We'll try to get that figured out next time. Next up, I'm going to have Silas do another fun draft. All right, Silas. This is going to be a draft of blind rank NFL wide receivers. Not how good they'd be at boxing, just in general. Who would you rather have on your team? First up, we got Amon-Ra St. Brown. Lions guy. Not a big fan, but he's a good receiver, you got to admit.
Depends on if you're going to do something better. I'm going to put him at number 3. There's a bunch of good receivers in the NFL.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, number 3 is a crazy pick. We got, he's not dipped a bit. His stats were great. Jaden Reed up next.
Number 4.
Number 4. Packers guy, but I do agree. I would have put Amon-Ra at 2, but I know the picks. Xavier Worthy. Where are you throwing that guy? The speed guy.
Speed guy. Now I'm kind of wishing I put Amon-Ra at 2.
I bet you are. Xavier Worthy. Speed guy.
Xavier Worthy, I'll put him at number 2.
Number 2. Interesting pick. Devontae Adams. A little bit washed, but he still had a lot of touchdowns last year. Number 5. Kelvin Ridley.
What kind of a draft is this? You didn't choose a star! Amon-Ra was the
He's
best.
a star. Amon-Ra is a top 5 wide receiver. I picked the star,
he's
Silas.
not.
Yes, he is. Leave it in the comments. Is Amon-Ra St. Brown a top 5 wide receiver?
JSN. Puka Nacua. Oh, what's his name?
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's number 5. He's the 5th best in the NFL.
No.
You're crazy.
No.
You are insane.
No, no.
Well, I apologize.
What
to my
about George
brother.
Pickens?
George Pickens, again, he's top 10. He had 1 year. Amon-Ra's been great for 3 years.
CeeDee Lamb?
CeeDee Lamb had some drop troubles this year.
No, he only had injury problems.
Again, Amon-Ra St. Brown is a top 5 wide receiver.
No, he isn't.
He's a top 5 wide receiver.
No.
You're crazy. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the first episode of the Wag Bag Pod. Before we end, we have a little surprise. It's called the Wag Bag Pod. We're going to pull the surprise out of the bag. Today's prize is Swedish fish. So, Silas, reward for this pod, let's break up in about a Swedish fish.
All right, let's
See you
go.
guys next pod. Thank you for watching.